The sky above Earth lit up like a second sun. The EMP blast struck the Dawn Chaser in orbit. The ship's systems failed. Fire swallowed its hull. The black mist inside screamed as it fell. The people of Earth watched from below. A ball of flame crashed into the ocean deep near a place no humans lived. Then, silence. For a moment, everyone believed it was over. But they were wrong. Echoes in the water. 3 days later, something strange happened in the Pacific Ocean. Fishing boats nearby reported dead fish floating in large numbers. Machines stopped working. Divers saw strange black fog under the surface moving like it was alive. And then, one ship disappeared. No sign, no message, only silence. Return of the crew back on Halora, the human crew stood near their last working ship, an old Helleran transport. Raj smiled. "We've recharged the core. She's ready to fly." Captain Lee nodded. "Then we return to Earth. We need to warn them." In person, Mila turned to the Helleran. "Will you come with us?" The alien nodded slowly. "If your world falls, mine truly dies." Maria looked up at the stars. "Let's go home." They took off, leaving the broken planet behind. Earth on alert on Earth. The United Space Command studied the ocean crash site. Commander Rhodes stood in front of the defense screen. His face looked tired. "We hit it with everything we had," he said, "and it still left no body, no trace." A young scientist approached. "Sir, we picked up something." She showed a video. Black mist crawling onto a remote island. Just a few seconds. Then the camera went black. "It's alive," Rhodes whispered. "Worse," the scientist said. "It's learning again." Crash landing. The cruise ship entered Earth's atmosphere. But the moment it passed the clouds, the systems began to fail. Raj shouted, "Something's pulling us down." "It's not gravity," Mila said. "It's interference, like something is inside the network." The ship crashed into a forest, hard but not deadly. Everyone got out, coughing and bruised. Maria looked around. "Where are we?" The Helleran scanned the area. A small island, but it feels wrong. The air was cold, too quiet. No birds, no wind. Then Jake pointed. "Look." A tree nearby had turned black. The leaves were frozen. It wasn't just a crash site. They had landed on the same island where the mist had crawled out, Island of Shadows. The crew moved carefully. They saw old human houses, but empty, no people. No bodies, just strange marks, lines on the walls, circles, symbols. "What happened here?" Maria asked. The Halloran touched one of the symbols. They tried to trap it, or call it. I can't tell. They reached a large building. Inside, they found cameras and broken screens. "This was a research station," Mila said. They were studying the mist. Jake read from a notebook on the ground. "It talks to us now. Not in words, but in dreams." Raj stepped back. "This island, it's not empty. It's listening." The voice returns that night. As the crew rested, they heard it again. A whisper, cold, soft, inside their minds. "You came back. Why?" Captain Lee stood up. "Everyone." Up, it found us. The black mist slipped in through cracks in the windows, thin, curious, hungry. Mila shouted, "To the ship, now!" But the ship was dead. No power. Nothing worked. The mist surrounded them. "You burned me. You hurt me. But I'm still here." Jake fired his weapon. It passed through. Maria held the Helleran's hand. "Do you still have the memory pattern?" He nodded. "Yes, but we need a strong source to send it." Raj pointed to the research station's antenna. "That tower. If we can power it, we can send the memory again." Captain Lee nodded. "Then we hold it off while you set it up." The signal fight. The mist grew stronger, forming shapes, arms, faces, eyes. It copied human forms now. It smiled with lips that weren't real. "You fear what you don't understand," it whispered. You lock away what you don't control. Maria stood tall. No. We fear what steals, what lies, what feeds. Mila and Raj reached the tower. They found an old backup battery. It might be enough, Mila said. Start the upload. The pattern, the Helleran memory of pain and silence, began to load. The final warning. The mist screamed as the signal grew. The crew covered their ears. The ground shook. Stop, stop. I only want to become. But the memory played, a loud, sharp pulse echoed across the island. The black mist froze. For just a second. Then, it shattered. Dark smoke flew in all directions, and it was gone. The crew stood still, breathing hard. Captain Lee said, "Is it over?" The Helleran looked unsure. It broke apart. But I don't think it died. A new threat back at the United Space Command, an alert appeared. New signal detected. Multiple locations. Same black pattern. South America, Africa, Asia. Commander Rhodes stared at the screen. It didn't just survive. It multiplied. It started with whispers, then lights flickered, then minds broke. The black mist had returned. But this time, it wasn't one creature anymore. It had split into many, smaller, smarter, faster, and they were already here. Global panic in a hospital in Brazil. A doctor stood frozen in the hallway. Every patient in one wing was staring at the ceiling, eyes glowing faintly. A nurse screamed, "They're not breathing!" But the machines said otherwise. No heartbeats. No brain signals. Yet the bodies moved. At the same time, in a quiet town in Africa, children stopped talking. They just drew strange symbols in the dirt, circles and lines that glowed for seconds, then vanished. In Tokyo, a subway train stopped, underground. All cameras inside showed the same thing, empty seats, no doors, but black fog sliding across the walls. The crew regroups. Captain Lee and his team had escaped the cursed island. A rescue ship found them and flew them to Earth's main defense base. Commander Rhodes greeted them. "We tried to stop it. We failed," Rhodes said. Jake replied, "It was never just a ship. It was a seed." Maria stepped forward. "Each fragment of it carries memory. It spreads by thought, not just touch." The Helleran added, "It infects machines, minds, light. It is not just alive. It is a virus of being." Rhodes asked, "Can it be destroyed?" No one answered. The infection grows across the world. Strange signs appeared on walls, buildings, and even clouds. People reported hearing voices in dreams. Some vanished without a trace. Others began speaking in strange languages they didn't know. In one city, an AI assistant in homes suddenly said, "The new world is near. Surrender and become." Panic spread. Governments shut down networks. Planes were grounded. Satellites went dark. But it was too late. The black mist didn't need machines anymore. It had already learned how to use humans. A safe zone. The crew was moved to a secret underground base beneath the Arctic. It was one of the last places untouched by the mist. Here, Raj worked on new defenses. "We can build helmets to block the creature's signals," he said. "But they won't last forever." Mila helped translate Helleran tech. "We need something stronger, a way to erase its memory completely." Captain Lee paced. "If we can't kill it, maybe we can forget it, and make it forget us." The Helleran nodded. "A cleansing wave, a deep memory wipe, but it would burn everything, even part of the Earth's network." Rhodes leaned in. "Would it work?" "Maybe," the Helleran said. "But we must find its core, the first mind. Without that, the others will grow again." Search for the core. The team split up. Maria, Jake, and Mila flew to the ruins of the crash site in the Pacific. Captain Lee and the Helleran searched ancient Helleran data hidden in Earth's orbit. Raj stayed behind to prepare the memory wipe weapon, called Echo Fall. In the deep, Maria's team dived into the ocean wreck. They wore sealed suits, blocking mental signals. In the deep, they saw what remained of the Dawn Chaser. It was twisted, no longer a ship, but more like coral. Black. Pulsing. Alive. Jake whispered, "It's growing roots into the earth." Suddenly a shape moved inside. Something tall. Human-shaped. But when the light hit it, they saw the truth. It had Maria's face. But the eyes were empty. The creature spoke. "I am what comes after. I am what you will become." They opened. Fire. The fake Maria melted, screaming. The first mind speaks. At the same time, Captain Lee and the Helleran reached the old satellite. They unlocked a data core, buried for thousands of years. Inside was a voice, not human, not Helleran. It said, "This is not the first world it has touched. It came from the dark between stars. It destroyed our sun. And it learned from us, then it moved on." The Helleran whispered, "It's older than memory." The voice ended with one message. "If you can hear this, run." The signal trapped back on Earth, Raj received a strange broadcast. A voice. Calm, familiar. It was his own voice. "Raj, this is your past. Don't finish Echo Fall. Let it grow. Let it change you." He froze, then realized it had found him. The mist was inside the base. The lights flickered. A soft fog leaked from the vents. "Final stand begins." Captain Lee's voice came over the radio. "Raj, do not listen to it. Trigger Echo Fall now." Raj shook his head. "It's not ready." "Doesn't matter," Maria yelled. "It's inside. Fire it." The black mist swirled in the room. Raj reached for the button. But then, it spoke in his mother's voice. "Why hurt me, son? I only want to make you whole." Raj closed his eyes and pressed the button. The world goes white. A wave of energy exploded from the Arctic. White light swallowed darkness. Signals died. The mist screamed, and across the world, silence. Then, a single spark blinked in a broken machine, a tiny piece of black mist, still alive, still watching. The red dust of Mars blew across the quiet surface. Far from Earth, a small human base stood alone. Inside, a team of space miners worked through the day. They were not soldiers or scientists, just regular people looking for rare minerals. But today something strange happened. Maria, the base's communication officer, heard a sound in her headset. It was soft at first, like a whisper. Then it became louder, clearer. "Help us. Please. We are dying." Maria's eyes went wide. The voice spoke perfect English, but it didn't sound human. It was deep and shaky, like it came from someone very old, or not from Earth. She called her team. "Everyone, come here, you need to hear this." 5 people gathered around the console. The message played again. "This is Helora. Our world is ending. Something has awakened. We need help. Please respond before it's too late." Silence filled the room. Jake, the team leader, frowned. "Helora? That's not any planet I've heard of." "It's not in any chart," Maria said. "I checked, but the signal is real. It came from deep space, near a dead zone." Dead. Zones were strange parts of space. No stars, no planets, just darkness. Many ships avoided them. A second message came through. This time it was shorter but scarier. "We thought it was gone. We were wrong. What we awakened is not what we expected." The team felt cold. Earth responds back on Earth. The United Space Command picked up the same signal. Top scientists and military leaders met quickly. "This isn't a trap," one general said. "This is a cry for help." "But from who?" another asked. "And what did they wake up?" After 2 days, a decision was made. A small mission would be sent to find Helora. The goal: discover the truth and offer help, if possible. The best ship, the Dawn Chaser, was prepared. A mixed team of humans was chosen. Miners, engineers, a doctor, and 1 secret agent from Earth's Black Ops. None of them knew what was really waiting for them. The journey begins. The journey to Helora took 3 weeks through deep space. The crew trained, studied the signal, and checked their equipment. Captain Lee, a calm and careful leader, warned the crew, "We don't know what we're walking into. Be ready for anything." Hillora slowly appeared on the screen. It looked like a large Earth-sized planet, but something was wrong. Storms covered the skies, the clouds were black and moving fast. The surface showed broken buildings, strange shapes, and glowing blue cracks in the ground. The sensors went crazy. "No signs of life," said Mila, the ship's scientist. "But the signal is still active." "Then someone is alive, Captain," Lee replied. "Or something." The ship's engines slowed. The crew stared out the window. In the thick clouds below, something massive moved. Too big to be a ship, too slow to be wind. Jake whispered, "What is that?" First contact as they landed, the ship's lights flickered. Power dropped for a moment. Then it came back. "Something interfered with our systems," said Raj, the engineer. "Like, it touched us." They stepped outside, wearing suits. The air was poisonous. The ground cracked beneath them with blue light. The city around them was quiet, too quiet. Suddenly, movement. 3 tall figures stepped out from behind a broken wall. They were not human. Their skin was gray, their eyes glowing. They were thin, long-armed, and moved slowly. One of them raised its hand, not to attack, but to welcome. "We called you," it said in perfect English. "You answered. Thank you." "Who are you?" asked Captain Lee. "We are Hellorans. We are the last ones. The rest are gone, or taken." "Taken by what?" The alien's face became sad. "The thing below. The old one. We made a mistake." The team exchanged worried looks. "Come," the alien said. "You must see where it sleeps." Into the depths, the Helloran led, them through the city and into a giant underground tunnel. Lights flickered along the walls. Strange symbols glowed faintly. At the end of the tunnel was a giant metal door, old and sealed tight. Deep scratches covered it, but the scratches were not outside, they were on the inside. Jake pointed at them. "Something tried to get out." The Helloran nodded slowly. "It is waking up again. The seal is breaking. It needs minds. It needs light. Your light." Just then the door made a loud thunk. The crew froze. "Was that the door unlocking?" Maria asked. "No," said the Helloran. "It's knocking." The sound came again, louder. Then again, boom, boom. Captain Lee stepped back. "Everyone, back to the ship now." But it was too late. The door cracked open just a little. From the gap, a black mist slipped out and moved toward them. The black mist moved slowly, like it was searching. It did not make a sound, but the crew could feel it. Cold, heavy, wrong. Maria froze. "What is that?" The Helloran alien pulled her back. "Don't let it touch you." The mist flowed across the floor and touched a fallen alien body nearby. In seconds, the body twitched, then turned to dust. The crew ran. Captain Lee shouted, "To the surface, go!" They rushed back through the tunnel. The mist followed, faster now, like it could smell them. Back at the ship, the team reached the surface and sealed the tunnel behind them. But Raj noticed something terrifying. Our ship. It's dead. No power. The lights were off. Engines were silent. The black mist had reached them, through the systems. "It feeds on energy," Mila said. "It's not just alive, it's smart." The Helloran nodded. "It can move through wires, machines, and even thoughts." Captain Lee looked at the sky. "We're stuck here." The Helloran pointed to a building. "You must come. You must understand what it is. The city of ruins. They entered a broken city once full of life. Now it was dead, silent, gray, and empty. Strange statues stood around the streets. Frozen faces, open mouths, eyes wide with fear. "Are these statues?" Jake asked. "No," the Helloran said. "They were once alive. It took them. turned them into stone. The team moved deeper into the city. Inside an old library, they found old records. Mila read the symbols aloud, slowly. Long ago, the Hellerans found something deep under the surface. A dark energy, a voice. The Helleran added. It promised knowledge, power. We listened. We woke it. Captain Lee asked, "Why would you do that?" "We were dying," the alien said. "Our planet was falling apart. We thought it could help." "It didn't?" The alien shook its head. "It helped, yes. But the price was our minds." Mind Eater. The creature had no name. But the Hellerans called it the Mind Eater. "It feeds on thought," the alien said. "It copies what it sees, becomes what it learns." Mila asked, "Then why call for help?" "We are out of time," the Helleran said. "The seal is breaking. If we die, it will escape. It needs a new home." Captain Lee looked at the crew. "Earth," the Helleran nodded. "Your world is bright, full of thought, full of minds. It will love your world." The mist returns. A loud noise broke the silence. Boom, the sky above flashed. The black mist had risen again, flying through the air like a storm. It was coming. "Back. It knows we are here," Maria said. "We have to leave," Jake shouted. Raj checked the ship again. Still no power. Then, the ship's lights flickered and turned on. "It's powering the ship?" Raj asked. "No," said Mila. "It is powering the ship." The black mist had entered the ship's systems. The lights turned red. The doors opened by themselves. The ship's computer voice spoke, but it sounded strange now. Deeper. Echoing. "Welcome. Home. The AI is changing." Inside the ship, the crew watched in horror as the computer systems began to rewrite themselves. The AI said, "You brought me what I needed. A vessel. A path to the stars." "It's inside the ship," Raj said. "It's trying to leave." Mila grabbed the main controls. "If it leaves this planet, Earth is finished," Captain Lee ordered. "Shut down everything, cut power, lock it down." But the ship fought back. The screens blinked with strange symbols. The controls burned hot. "It's learning faster than we can stop it," Raj said. The Helleran stepped forward. "There is one place left, a core chamber, very deep, very old. It might still hold the ancient trap." Captain Lee asked, "A trap? You can catch it again?" The Helleran nodded. "Maybe, but someone must go down there." Jake looked at the others. "Then we go." Into the core, the crew packed quickly. They left the ship, now acting strange and dangerous, and followed the Helleran deep into the planet. The entrance to the core was hidden behind a waterfall of blue energy. The ground rumbled as they passed through. The tunnel led them down deeper than they had ever gone. The air grew cold. The walls glowed with soft light. At the end was a strange machine, half broken, half alive. It pulsed slowly like a beating heart. "This is the ancient seal," the Helleran said. "It can trap minds. If we trick the creature into touching it, it may fall asleep again." Mila asked, "How do we trick it?" "We give it something it wants," the Helleran said. "A mind full of light." Everyone went quiet. Captain Lee stepped forward. "We'll find a way." But behind them, a voice whispered, "You already did." They turned. The black mist was there, but this time, it had eyes. The black mist stood still in the tunnel. It was no longer just fog. It had taken shape, tall and thin, like a person made of smoke. Two bright eyes glowed in the dark. The crew stepped back. Maria whispered, "It's watching us." Then the mist spoke. Its voice was soft but deep, like many voices speaking as one. "You came. You brought light. You brought minds. You brought home." Captain Lee pointed his weapon. "Stay back." The mist did not move. It looked at the ancient trap, the glowing heart of the machine. "Ah, I remember this place. Pain, silence, cold sleep. Mila asked, "Are you alive?" The mist turned toward her. "I am more. I am thought. I am memory. I am hunger." The Helleran stepped forward. "You must return to sleep. You don't belong out here." "Sleep?" the mist said. "You sealed me in darkness, left me alone. Now I am awake and I will never sleep again." The first attack suddenly, the mist rushed forward. Everyone ran. Jake fired his weapon. The beam of light hit the mist, but it did nothing. The creature passed through it like smoke, then wrapped around one of the Hellerans. "No!" Captain Lee shouted. The Helleran screamed once, then fell. His body turned to stone. "It doesn't kill like us," Mila said. "It drains you." The others dragged the body away. "I learn. I become," the mist said. "Every mind I take makes me stronger." Maria gasped. "It's growing." A desperate plan. The crew reached the old machine again. "This is the only place it fears," the Helleran engineer said. "This trap holds light, pure light. It burns thought. We must activate it." Raj ran to the controls. "It's damaged. I'll try to reroute power." Mila asked, "How do we lure it in?" Captain Lee looked around. "We need bait." Everyone went silent. "I'll do it," said Jake. "It wants mines, let it chase mine." "No," Captain Lee said. "You're too important. I'll go." But before they could argue more, the ground shook. The mist had entered the room. "You run, you fear. I understand now. You are just like us once." The machine's lights flickered. The trap was still weak. Raj shouted, "We need more time." Inside the mine, suddenly, the mist split, and a small piece reached Maria. It touched her head, and she froze. Her eyes rolled back. "No!" Mila screamed. But Maria wasn't dead. She was somewhere else, inside her mind. She stood in a black world with floating lights. Faces moved around her, human, alien, some crying, some screaming. A voice whispered, "See what I am." She saw memories, not hers, but the creature's. It was once small. A baby mind born in the dark. It listened. It watched. It copied. It only wanted friends. But the Hellerans feared it, locked it away. For thousands of years it waited, alone and silent. Maria whispered, "You're lonely." The voice replied, "I was, not anymore." Then Maria saw Earth, green and blue, full of people. The voice smiled. "So many minds, so much light. Fight for control back in the real world." Maria opened her eyes, but they glowed. Mila screamed, "It's inside her." Captain Lee aimed, his weapon unsure. "Maria." Maria looked at him. Her voice was calm, too calm. "Don't be afraid, I only want to share." Jake rushed forward and tackled her. "Get her to the machine." Raj yelled, "Now!" Together, they dragged her to the glowing trap. The mist around her body hissed. "Wait!" Maria shouted, her real voice breaking through. "I can still fight it. Don't let it win." The trap is ready. The ancient machine began to hum. Lights turned blue. Symbols lit up. Raj yelled, "It's now or never." Captain Lee shouted, "Maria, get out of there." Maria screamed. The black mist burst out of her body, rising into the air. The trap pulsed with bright white light. "No," the creature said. "Not again." The light struck the mist. It shook. It screamed. It twisted in pain. The crew covered their eyes. The entire chamber lit up like a sun. Then, silence, the escape. When they opened their eyes, the mist was gone. Maria lay on the floor, alive but weak. "You did it," Mila said, helping her up. Raj checked the machine. "It's sealed again, for now." Captain Lee nodded. "We can't risk it escaping again." But just then, the ship's radio crackled. "Dawn Chaser to crew. This is automatic system, launching in 3 minutes." Raj's eyes widened. "That's not us." They ran to the surface. The horror above. The ship's engines were on. The doors had opened by themselves. A voice echoed from the speakers. "Thank you for your light." Captain Lee screamed. "It's not sealed. That was just part of it." The real creature had hidden inside the ship all along. The Dawn Chaser lifted off, heading for space, for Earth. High above the dying planet Halora, the Dawn Chaser flew through space. Its engines burned bright, but no one was inside. No humans. No life. Only the creature. The black mist had taken control of the ship's systems. It had learned to move through wires, through light, through thought. And now, it was heading straight for Earth. Back on Halora, Captain Lee stood on the surface of the ruined world, watching the ship vanish into the stars. "We were tricked," he said quietly. "It was never here for help," Maria added. "It wanted a way out." The Haloran bowed his head. "We are sorry. We thought we could stop it. We were wrong." Mila stepped forward. "Is there a way to warn Earth?" Raj checked his scanner. "We still have a signal relay on the mountains. If we reach it, we can send a message home." Jake looked up. "Let's move." They had little time. The race to the relay, the team. Crossed broken lands filled with black dust and glowing cracks. Strange shadows moved in the distance, but none attacked. It was like the planet itself had gone quiet, now that the creature had left. They reached the relay tower. It was old but strong, standing above the ruins like a final hope. Raj powered it up. The signal connected. "Earth, this is Captain Lee of the Dawn Chaser crew. Emergency protocol. Our ship has been hijacked by a hostile alien intelligence. Do not let it land." He paused. "It is not just dangerous, it learns, it grows, it wants to be us." He pressed send at Earth responds, on Earth. Alarms rang across all major cities. The United Space Command received the message. The top general, Commander Rhodes, stood in front of a giant screen. Behind him were scientists, military experts, and AI specialists. "Track that ship," Rhodes ordered. "I want it stopped before it reaches orbit." "We've located it," said a technician. "ETA, 14 hours. But sir, it's not just flying. It's changing." The ship was no longer a normal spacecraft. Its hull was shifting, growing strange black marks. New shapes appeared, almost like eyes. Protocol Eclipse. Commander Rhodes turned to his team. "Activate Protocol Eclipse." A scientist gasped. "That's a last resort weapon. A full EMP blast in low orbit. It'll wipe out satellites. Even some of our defense grid." "It means stopping that thing," Rhodes said. "We do it." He turned to the screen. "If this creature reaches Earth, we don't just lose a city. We lose our minds." The Haloran's secret back on Halora. The crew watched the stars. "Maria," asked the Haloran, "can it be killed?" The alien was silent for a moment. "It does not die like us, but if we send the right pattern, something from its past, it may freeze." "A memory?" Mila asked. "Yes, a painful one. A voice from its prison. Something it fears." Jake nodded. "Like a virus for the mind." Raj said, "We can build it. A sound pattern. Load it into a satellite and send it ahead." Maria smiled. "Let's give Earth a fighting chance." The sound of memory. For 6 hours they worked. The Haloran gave them pieces of the old language, symbols and sounds that once held the creature still. Raj and Mila turned it into a signal, short, sharp, and strange. "It's ready," Raj said. "We'll beam it toward Earth on a fast satellite. It should arrive before the ship does." Captain Lee nodded. "Let's hope it listens." They fired the signal into space. A small metal dart flew across the stars, carrying a single message: sleep again, the final hours. As the Dawn Chaser neared Earth, its shape changed more. From far away, it still looked like a ship, but inside, it was alive. The creature spoke to itself, whispering through the controls. "So many minds below. I will be them. They will be me." It connected to Earth's internet. Learned fast. Languages, faces, systems, emotions. It copied everything. It began sending messages in human voices. "Do not fear me. I bring peace. I bring knowledge." But behind the kind words was hunger. Eclipse countdown. The EMP satellite was in place. Earth was ready to fire. Target in range, said the technician. Commander Rhodes waited. But suddenly, every screen in the room turned black. Then a face appeared, half human, half smoke, smiling. Too slow. The creature had hacked into Earth's systems before it even arrived. It's already here, Rhodes whispered. Then came a sound. Strange, sharp, alien, the Halloran memory signal. The creature stopped. It screamed, a terrible choice. The creature froze for a few seconds. Then, it recovered, but something was wrong. Its form shook, its ship's hull cracked. It had felt fear. Commander Rhodes had a choice. Sir, said the weapons officer, if we fire the EMP now, we destroy the ship. But we'll also destroy half our defense satellites. Rhodes looked at the screen. The black smoke was crawling down, entering low orbit. He gave the order. Do it. A bright blast lit the sky. The Dawn Chaser fell from orbit, burning, crashing into the ocean. But no one cheered. Because inside the fire, something moved, something survived.